Hello, this is Tyler Brock with Siouxland District Health Department. We're going to give you another update today on our COVID-19 response. We've been getting a lot of questions for the last month or so wanting to know about test numbers and is testing being done, and if so, how much testing is being done. And we appreciate people being patient with that because it has been a little bit of a slow process for us to get good data that's at a minimum going to be consistent and accurate so that we can put out good numbers instead of just throwing a bunch of numbers out there that we're unsure of whether they're very good or not. So I think we've got that now. We've got some data coming in from the state. All the report. Iowa has made it mandatory that laboratories now have to report positive and negative test results. So this is in addition to our state lab. It includes the private laboratories and things like that. So there's a lot of that goes into this. There's a lot of gathering of this information, and we do feel like we've got enough information now to put that out publicly. So we're going to have a lot of things out on our website starting later on today. I'm going to go through a few things on this video so you guys kind of know a little bit about what's going on, and but you'll be able to follow along moving forward, and as we get new results, new information, we'll be updating that. So just for starters, in Woodbury County, we have a total of 143 completed tests. Now I say completed tests because those are the ones that we actually have a result for. They're either positive or negative. It does not include the pending tests, the tests that have been ordered, but they're not actually finished yet. Okay, we know there's a lot of those out there. So we don't have the total number of all tests that have been ordered. Right now, we've got a really good handle on the number of tests that have been completed. And even with that, even with this number, one of the things, again, we mentioned that positives obviously are getting reported. We know 4 positives, right? We've had 4 positives in Woodbury County. We know that the positives are getting reported to us right away. The private laboratories especially, they're required to also report negatives, but they can take their time with that just a little bit more. So we're not getting the negatives quite as quickly as we're getting the positives. So we know that this 143 number of completed tests, it actually may even still be a tick low because we have negative test results that might not be reported to us. And remember, whenever we're talking about Woodbury County tests, we're talking about Woodbury County residents. Okay, we know we're in Siouxland, right? And we know that people watching this video might not be from Woodbury County, so we do understand that. But the information that we have access to is regarding Woodbury County residents. So again, 143 completed tests. Again, remember that it's actually probably a little bit higher than that because some negative test results are coming in still as well. But only 4 positives. We're thankful for that, right? Man, we've been really blessed so far in Woodbury County. Other counties are not so fortunate, and we obviously anticipate more cases, and we'll wait for that to happen. But so only 4 positives, which means that 97% of the tests that have been done are negative. Okay, that matters, right? Because 97% of people who've been tested, meaning that they probably have some symptoms, they're at least somewhat ill, their doctors have felt that it's necessary to have COVID-19 testing, and still 97% of those people are negative. Okay, so we can take at least some comfort in that, knowing that the majority of the people that are symptomatic right now, or at least feeling like they need a test, are negative. One thing we've been asked a lot about, and we can't provide exact information on this, but is the number, whenever we've gotten cases, people want to know what town do they live in? Are they from Sioux City? Are they from somewhere else? What we can say now is that 85% of the tests that are completed have come from Sioux City. The other 15% have come from from the other towns in the county. Well, 85% of all tests, that lines up right about with the population of Sioux City versus the population of Woodbury County. So Sioux City is about 85% of the county. This lines up with about 85% of the tests. So that's another a piece of information that we'll have out there are the percentage of tests that come from Sioux City versus the rest of Woodbury County. Right now our numbers are too low to say that, there's X amount of tests in Moville or some of the small towns. We don't have big enough numbers to be able to say that right now. Otherwise, we run the risk of identifying people that have had that. So again, when you're looking at these things, keep in mind that it's mostly the people that are symptomatic, at least in some way, that are being tested. So as you see these numbers and as you see the negatives and that kind of a thing, just keep that in mind. For a little bit of context, I wanted to show you just a little bit about some Iowa numbers and as well as nationwide. In Iowa, approximately 7% of all tests that have been done are positive. Okay, so you're seeing the numbers every day, they're increasing and that kind of a thing. One thing we always kind of need to keep in mind, and again, this whole presentation is a little bit for data nerds out there, and I know there's a few of you out there like me, but one of the things, as you see cases rise, one relatively important thing to factor in is how many tests are being done. What percentage of the tests that are being done are positive? Is the increased numbers mostly due to the fact that we're just testing a lot more people, or is it something else? And so as of right now, 7% of all Iowa tests that have been completed are positive. Okay, so do the math, right? 93% of the tests are negative. Nationwide, it's a little bit higher. So 17% of the tests that have been done nationwide are positive. Obviously, that would leave 83 that are negative. I'm getting this information. There actually is a decent website out there that I feel pretty comfortable with. It's called covidtracking.com, and they're making a really sincere effort in trying to grab all the states and to see the testing that they're doing and things like that, and calculating some of these rates. All this data, you guys, is always predicated on good reporting. You know, do we have the true numbers from the states, from the laboratories and things like that? So we're going to continue to do our best to make sure that you can see what the most recent testing data in our county is. And we look forward to any questions that you have, and until tomorrow.